In a world where the marks think they know better than the wrestlers and the bookers, the Fantasy Booking Institute exists to pretty much do exactly that. This is a visit from the FBI.
This is Dan the Dad, and you should listen to Raw and Order or you're grounded.
Welcome to another episode of Raw and Order, the Wrestling Booking Unit, the Fantasy Booking Institute episode, to be precise, your weekly source for pro wrestling fantasy booking. I am your host, Detective Mark Smarts, and I am joined, as always, by my partners in crime fighting. Starting off, District Attorney Vincent Kayfabe. What's going on, man? How are you?
I just want to point out the person you hear saying thank you in the background there was eliminated in 8 seconds on Sunday.
Yeah.
That's Chelsea Green.
Yeah, it's 5 seconds, but
5 seconds?
5 seconds, set the record.
I thought it was 8.
The previous record was 8 by Liv Morgan. So, for the women's Royal Rumble, I should say.
Who is tied with Rhea Ripley for the longest time in the match. In the Rumble.
Yep. Also joining us from up north, RCMP JLB. What's going on, man?
What up? Nothing much. Can't complain. Decent Rumble. Really, decent Raw as well. So,
best pay-per-view of the year so far.
Also, worst pay-per-view of the year so far.
No, you don't have to go negative with it.
We just gotta keep it on even grounds here. It's the both best.
Man, I'm the one who's always gets crap for being negative about the WWE pay-per-views, man. That's my gimmick.
That's fair enough. That's a valid point. Pretty decent Raw as well. We know that there will be an intercontinental for the U.S. Championship. It will be in the Elimination Chamber, and they're doing their whole qualifying matches for that. So that's pretty exciting. And also the women's being an Elimination Chamber match as well for I believe it was the World, correct?
Yeah, I think it's the World Champion. I think it's whoever gets to be number one contender against Bianca down the road.
That's fair.
So they're doing qualifiers. There are four women were announced, and then the other two spaces get to win their
shot.
Win their shot in. So, I know there's a lot of talk online right now about WWE having booked themselves into a corner with Cody having won the main event and declaring on Monday that he is going after Roman at WrestleMania, right? But the fans being all about Sammy, and that the problem is now if you book Cody to win against Roman at WrestleMania, what the fans really are going to want is Sammy at WrestleMania, which in a way is a problem. But I think I am going on faith that WWE is smart enough right now to know this, and that they've got a plan based on it. Because we've heard reports about how they're trying to figure out a way to split the belts again so that Raw and SmackDown can both have their own champion. And Cody, very, very importantly, very specifically in his promo, did not say, you will not be champion afterwards, after I'm done with you. He said you will no longer be undisputed Universal Champion.
Right.
Which very easily can mean you will lose at least one of your belts. And so I suspect at Elimination Chamber, there's going to be a match between Roman and Sammy in some way that will not be for the title, but will have an implication that will lead to WrestleMania becoming a three-way match with a first fall wins the Universal Championship, second fall wins the World Champion. You know what I mean? WWE Championship, or vice versa, right? And that it'll be Cody, Sammy, and Roman in there together. And that this will be their way to split the belts and
Roman.
Yep. And give Roman some time off. I mean, let's be honest. He's Yeah, he's moved down to a part-time schedule recently, but he still has been champion for over 800 days,
Right.
right?
And defending quite a bit more than
Yeah.
Brock did on his long-term run.
And so I think it would be a good thing for Roman to get a few months off to just, be Roman. Go rest and recuperate a bit. And so you can have a brutal match where he loses both of his belts, maybe without being pinned himself,
Right.
but loses them, goes off to recover. You could even play the bloodline into it, have Jey Uso somehow or another interfere to cost him the belt, or whatever. Maybe give him an injury outside of the ring so he couldn't make it back in to stop the pinfall, whatever.
Right.
I'm going on faith that they have this mapped out in a way that we will still get our Sammy triumphant moment at WrestleMania, and we will get our Cody triumphant. And it won't hurt either of them.
Hell, it could even be Sammy winning at Elimination Chamber. I mean, it being in Montreal is a great photo op. The fans would go wild and crazy. It would still tell a great storyline for that, and thus maybe why Roman might maybe lose his other title at Mania
Yeah.
because he is still down off.
The
losing
tough
his
thing,
other.
they're in a tough spot because it's tough to book him losing a match, a single solo match, singles match. It's hard to book him losing a singles match right now, without losing both belts. You know what I mean? Because they've set it up where he puts both belts on the line when he wrestles these matches. It's for the Universal Championship. And that's why a three-way match is, in my opinion, the best way to solve it. Because then both belts are on the line just like before, but each belt is individually on the line. Because right now, if they put the belts up and they had Sammy win in Montreal at Elimination Chamber, right, they have to come up with some weird convoluted reason, either why he won both of them, or why he only won one of them. And if they have him win both of them, now we've got Cody versus Sammy at WrestleMania,
Right.
right? And
I would still kind of would be down to see.
it would be a great match, but no one would be on Cody's side in that match.
Right.
And so having Cody win the belt at WrestleMania would be Cody's big WrestleMania moment, tarnished by all of the people angry that he took it away from Sammy. So the only way to have your cake and eat it too at this is to have the way for them to split the belts, for Cody to get one and Sammy to get one. It also makes sense because Sammy's a SmackDown star, that he gets the Universal belt and Cody can stay on Raw with the WWE Championship. It also plays into, rumors have it that Triple H is talking about replacing the belts, and there's even rumors that Cody even leaned into that one of the ways that he's talking about replacing the belts is to roll back to a previous design, like the Winged Eagle or the Big Golden Eagle or the Undisputed Championship. One of those previous beloved designs. And this is a great thing, especially for Cody. He wins the WWE Championship and then rolls it back to the Winged Eagle, the belt that his dad never could win.
Right.
You know, that's a brilliant way to do that. And the only way you can do it, in my opinion at least, the only way that doesn't require a whole bunch of convoluted jumping through mental hoops is to have it be either a three-way match or a multi-person match as well. It could be a four-way match. It could be Sammy and Jey Uso and Cody and Roman. It could be a six-way, with Solo Sikoa and Jimmy Uso added in there. There's a lot of ways they could do it.
See, I think that's what they're going to do with the Chamber. I think it's going to be Sammy's proving ground in the Chamber.
Well, they have already announced 2 chamber matches, and neither of them are going to be the Bloodline. So I do not see them. I wish they would. I personally, we've talked about it before. I think if you're going to have a pay-per-view about a theme, then you should have that theme in most of the matches.
How perfect is that Sammy can maintain his bloodline or get the title, one of the two. And Roman can get a little bit cocky and be like, but I'm only putting one of these titles on the line.
And that's the deal. They can jump through those
Sammy
hoops
just has
if
to
they
go
want
through
to.
the entirety of the bloodline.
Yeah. And they could try to do it. That's a mental hoop that, because in 800 plus days, Roman has never once said, I'm just going to put one of the titles on the line.
Right.
It's a weird mental...
Yeah.
It's out of character for him. Whereas having Adam Pearce say, at this match, both of your titles are on the line individually. So if you get pinned, the first pin wins the WWE Championship. The second pin wins the Universal Championship. You know.
They could also do it like the tag titles, though, right? So when we saw the Judgment Day go against the Usos, they're going to win the Raw tag team titles. Yeah, they had the qualifying thing for it, but
And that was, again, an authority Adam Pearce setting that up. So,
but I felt like we only heard about it being only for the Raw titles from the commentators, though. We didn't actually, because I just assumed Judgment Day. Oh, okay, Judgment Day.
I think the commentator said something along the lines of, and we're hearing from Adam Pearce that we're hearing from the powers that be that this has been decided. It's just for the Raw tag titles, or whatever.
That's it. So it was so subtle, though, is what I was more alluding to. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be a big thing. If Sammy goes into it, Sammy's a SmackDown star, so this is for the SmackDown Championship kind of thing.
actually, if you did a draft right now, now's the time you could easily do that and just have... Fox has said that they want their own champion.
I think the
USA has said they want their own champion.
The only thing that stops them from doing that is they don't want to acknowledge that the pressure is coming from Fox and USA.
Okay.
Because they don't want it to become that the networks are dictating something as an official part of the storyline, even if it is the reason behind it.
You're a dictator.
It has worked in the past, though. Remember when DX got a bunch of letters from, I think it was even the USA Network at the time, or maybe TNT, and Sean literally read the fine that they were going to get, or the final warning, on air, and then they ended up loving it. So they can easily do that and make Adam Pearce the guy to mention that as well, you know?
There was one big difference. They weren't on 2 competing networks at the time. Because that's where the problem is. They have this really tough thing,
right,
where they have to make both networks feel like they're the priority.
Right.
And if you start playing them against each other as an actual storyline, then someone ends up winning and someone ends up losing. And the person who loses feels like they became the butt of the joke. The network that loses, right?
Right.
You know, if you say the networks are mandating we do a draft. In fact, this is actually what happened when they did the draft right after the Fox deal started. Immediately after that, USA Network was angry because they felt like Fox got all the big stars. So then they had to do all of this weird shifting around, some trades after the fact to get some of the stars back to USA Network. Because USA Network was angry that, Roman Reigns and Bobby Lashley went to SmackDown or whatever it was. I can't remember who all it was at the time, but Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the fantasy booking. The fantasy booking rules are simple. We're going to take turns challenging each other to book some unknown and often unlikely scenario in the world of professional wrestling. We do not discuss them in advance because we think it's more fun that way, and mostly because we often don't think of them in advance. These are all spur of the moment decisions. As always, I open up the floor to my co-hosts to see if they have their challenge that they want to do first.
Yeah, so I'll do mine.
Okay.
Mine's more likely than anything, and I tend to go the basic route. But I am curious to see, since we got no bloodline talk on Raw, they're clearly saving that for SmackDown, which I absolutely get. Good news is they didn't mention that Sammy or KO were injured. So at least we know we'll see them on SmackDown, and then we'll see the fallout from the Royal Rumble.
Did you see Sammy's tweet earlier today, or might have been his Instagram story as well?
I saw his new shirt. I don't think I saw his new.
I'm gonna look it up while you.
So, I mean, simply put, I would like you to book me what is going to happen on SmackDown between what is happening with the Bloodline. And I guess essentially building it to what you would do for the Elimination Chamber in terms of that storyline. Sounds simple, but what's going to happen with Jay? Is Jay out? Or was that just a temper tantrum that he had and he's actually going to be back in? Is KO going to be his... Oh, yes, I did see that. That was... It put a tear into my eye, but that was also very awesome.
I do want to point out that all of these things that are in the trash are all still sealed in saran wrap and never hung up. So really, behind the curtains, these are all straight from the shop.
Straight
For
up.
this photo. He's just like, hey, I got this photo shoot I want to do of me putting a bunch of bloodline stuff with the trash can to be taken out. I'm like, okay, here, take this, and this, and this. You know, he's like, awesome.
And why would the bloodline sign the photo, though?
Yeah.
You know
More specifically, you know, yeah, why would he sign his own photo?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a certain amount of arrogance that people have.
I mean, if this were Roman, I'd get it.
Yeah, the thing is, Sammy has not been the one who's had that arrogance in the storyline. No. So,
but still, great,
still a fun tweet.
Still a fun little tweet. Absolutely.
So you want us to book Friday?
Yeah, pretty much book Friday for the Bloodline. How would you essentially like that to play out? Oh, to make it a little interesting, wait, SmackDown.
You're gonna change it at the last minute.
I'm not changing it. Shut up. I'm not changing it. One books the SmackDown. Okay. One books the SmackDown, and one essentially takes that to book the Elimination Chamber of what happens. Since you guys have been best friends forever, I feel like you guys would be in.
Yeah, because we exactly think alike on everything.
Yeah.
Or don't. Just book me SmackDown and what's going to happen in your Elimination Chamber.
Forever.
Going towards Elimination Chamber.
Always will be friends. Oh, wait, I went to Zack Attack. Sorry.
Me friends. I'm singing the Scrubs version.
Yeah.
Me true.
You're old enough to know the Zack Attack from.
Yes.
I still think I'm so scared every time the Joyner sisters come on.
I still think that every time I see Vibrant at the store. Think they just sell this in the store? This is dangerous stuff. Caffeine pills, Jesse?
We have like 4 times as much caffeine as these little boys right here.
Caffeine pills, Jesse? These things are dangerous.
What is that from? I remember that line.
Saved by the Bell.
Oh,
It was
yes.
their very special "Don't Do Drugs" episode, but
Right.
they were told by the network that they couldn't
They
have
can't
any of their characters do real drugs,
drugs.
so they changed it to caffeine pills instead of
Right.
speed.
Okay,
She needed to stay up all night for a test, I think it was too, or study for something. Yeah.
And then
Good old Saved by the Bell.
there was also a girls group, an all girls group with her, Lisa, and Kelly.
Right.
You know, they also had a band with the 5 of the friends together in a band.
The 6 of them.
It's like where suddenly a bunch of them knew how to play instruments that they'd never previously mentioned and never did ever again.
Yeah. Yeah. It was incredible.
Anyways, SmackDown.
All right, SmackDown. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You can do it.
Okay. I've already mentioned it, alluded to it. I would have Roman come out, and I would have Heyman do the My Tribal Chief thing. And then Roman says, just hold out his hand. Sorry, there's not enough room for me to show you. Holds out his hand. Heyman hands him the mic. He says, I gave you everything. You know, just kind of all sorts of pissed off. He's like, now, I'm going to take it all away from you. Since there's already a steel structure above the next Premium Live event, we're going to be inside that steel structure. You and the whole bloodline. Sammy comes out and says, I'm not going to do it. I just won't get in. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be part of it. Oh, you'll be part of it. Because I'm going to put my title on the line. Holds it up. Pierce says, comes out, you don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. No, I'll do it. They only open one at a time, right? I'll do it. And so it starts out, and it opens. Sorry, I guess I'm not booking the Elimination Chamber, so never mind. So,
Well, I mean, you can with.
so the sequence starts.
You guys didn't technically agree to it, so you don't have to. You can book me the SmackDown.
I'll agree to that part. The sequence starts. Sammy and Solo. Solo misses the Samoan Spike. Sammy catches him, gets him into the corner, hits him with a Luva kick. 1, 2, 3. Now he's on to the next one. Door opens. Jimmy Uso comes out. Jay and Roman still in. Oh, they'd have to have a 4th member.
Yeah. So it could technically be KO. Because what you were mentioning, no, you don't have to do this. Yeah, I want to do this. Well, then I'm gonna do it with you.
There you go.
Kind of thing. You know, I kind of like this idea. This would be a fun elimination chamber match.
So then Jimmy comes out. And Sammy just buzzer beater beats him. Next one that comes out, we'll do KO. Everybody thinks they're just going to play along. They don't play along. They decide to wrestle. But they're both in there when Roman's released. That's right. Roman isn't the last one released. Jay's the last one released. Roman gets the pin over KO.
Oh, snap.
Stands up. He hits KO, or hits Sami Zayn with the Superman punch as Jay's door is opening. Jay comes out, attacks Roman. Pulls Sammy over on top of Roman. Gets the 1, 2, 3. Sammy can barely stand still. He's gotten the shit rocked out of him.
Right.
Jay lays down for Sammy.
It's
Maybe he
different.
doesn't lay down.
It's different though.
No, I probably have Roman still beat Jay, but Jay takes it out of Roman so that Sammy can hit the hula kick. Yeah, I don't like the idea of Jay laying.
I don't think he would lay. Yeah, I don't think he'd lay down. But Jay, I do like the buzzer beater. Jay comes out. Roman's gonna beat
Stops
Sammy.
Roman.
1-2. Stops Roman. Like what? Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know Smarks doesn't think that's how it's going to happen or anything. That's fine. That's what I'm
Oh, it's your
doing.
I'm
booking.
not even going to comment on your booking.
Oh, Jesus.
Fine.
Doesn't matter.
Fine.
That's your challenge. You did your challenge. JLB can judge if he wants to. It's not my position to judge.
I enjoyed it, bud.
Good. Yeah. For me, Roman doesn't even come out on SmackDown. Not this week. Roman's the big hero. He stays at home. He only comes for the big ones. Right?
Oh,
This week's
dirty.
SmackDown is going to start with Sammy. Sammy out there. Because this is Sammy's time to shine. We're not going to have Roman on the next 2 weeks of SmackDown. This is going to be Sammy's time to shine. Sammy gives a fiery promo about why he couldn't do it. How he was 100% Roman's guy. But Roman just had to keep pushing him. Just had to keep testing him.
Oh,
Right?
I like
Just
that.
had to push and push and push. He just could never accept me for who I am. And he kept having to make me jump through these hoops for him. And he finally found the bridge too far. I couldn't do it. He had KO beat. He had KO beat fair and square. He won the match. Right. He didn't have to do this. I couldn't do this. He pushed me too far. This wasn't about my friendship with KO. This was about doing what's right. And beating up a helpless man who's handcuffed to the ropes is not what's right. That's something that a bully does. That's something that a thug does. And I had to stand up for what's right. And I knew as soon as I swung that chair that was it for me in the bloodline and that they were going to kick my ass. And they did.
Right.
But I had to do what's right. And then you have Heyman come out. And Heyman says, the tribal chief isn't here, but I'm speaking for him. You now have a challenge. The tribal chief is going to have you at Elimination Chamber. But until then, you are running through a gauntlet. And tonight, your first stop on the gauntlet is Solo Sikoa.
Oh, sure.
And then, over the next, whatever it is, 4-ish weeks, 3-ish weeks,
3-ish weeks, yeah.
3-ish weeks, it's, 3 works perfect, actually. Solo Sikoa 1 week, Jimmy Uso the next week, and then a match against Jey Uso the following week. With finally Roman there to watch. And the match against Jey is the one where Jey finally makes his allegiances fully known. And he looks like he's going to beat Sammy. He looks like he might have Sammy on the ropes. And then he just drops and rolls out of the ring and walks to the back. I'm not doing it. And he leaves Sammy in the ring to win by countout and have his match with Roman at Elimination Chamber. And then the match at Elimination Chamber is not a title match in and of itself. But it has title implications. If he wins, he gets added to the match at WrestleMania. And then what happens is what I said before. Boom.
Nice. That could actually, yeah, that could also be a thing. I'm not maybe too crazy on the gauntlet part, but considering Jey is technically out, right?
We don't know. He hasn't been kicked out officially. We'll know on Friday.
Did he not say or yell "I'm out" when he
Well,
went
but
after he left?
I'm out in the vernacular means I can't do this. I'm out.
Oh, okay,
Right?
that's fair. Right.
I'm not beating up on a guy you finally convinced me to like.
Yeah.
Right.
You've spent weeks, months even convincing me to like this guy. He's spent months convincing me that he was a likable guy, that I should like him. I'm out on this, right? Doesn't
Technically,
necessarily
right
mean
now, he's the SmackDown Tag Champion
That's it.
with Jimmy. Or with Jay.
yeah.
He's the
In
most
fact, that
recent
could be the
winner.
third gauntlet match. It could be a tag match, Jimmy and Jay versus KO and Sammy for the SmackDown tag titles. Because he's still the tag champion, and that's going to be something they've got to do. But again, we'll find out officially what the repercussions for Jimmy or for Jay is on Friday, because we don't know yet. I mean, Roman might kick him out. That's definitely a possibility. Roman also might say, "You're on my short list. You need to prove yourself to me by beating Sammy in a match or whatever." You know, we don't know. We'll find out on Friday.
Right.
But
Okay.
again, this isn't fantasy prediction time. It's fantasy booking. So that's how I would book it. That's the challenge.
That's fair. Nice.
Okay.
Either way, you both still have Sammy in the Elimination Chamber as the main event, so I'm excited.
WWE hasn't shown me yet that they're ready to have 3 Elimination Chamber matches in one show. You know, I think they barely want to have 2. I think they're just begrudgingly doing a women's Elimination Chamber because they feel like since we did a men's, we have to do a women's.
Right. I'm surprised they just didn't do it. Yeah, that's it. Because I just assumed, okay, they're gonna do the U.S. and they'll maybe do the IC. But then when they announced the women's chamber, I was like, oh, okay, fair, fine. Since Rhea's going after Charlotte, what up?
Yeah. Not my favorite pairing, but you know, whatever.
They've already faced the WrestleMania once.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But this is a new kind of Rhea. This is a Rhea.
I don't disagree. So
That's funny. I was just looking at these WWE cards I opened on Sunday, and I realized the ones that are called season ticket, they have the same seat and row number and section number, regardless of who the superstar on the card is.
Oh, really?
They didn't even bother to come up with a new number for them. Anyways. So, Fabe, you want to do your challenge next? You want me to do mine?
I'll go.
Okay.
It's been a little while since our friend Vance Russo came by. So I've got a Russo challenge.
Yippee.
Rebook the Rumble in a faint manner. You don't have to go the whole way through. As though Vance were to be the one who booked the Rumble.
Okay. Well, first thing, the winner.
The winner obviously won't be Cody.
Yeah. Well,
No,
first off, the way you win the Rumble with Russo booking it is there's a something on a pole in one of the corners. That once you're down to the final 2, the winner is the person who retrieves the item from the corner.
Okay.
Not who throws the last one out of the ring. That's silly, right? You gotta have someone
They've
on a
already
pole.
thrown people out of the ring. Why would they keep throwing people out
Yeah,
of the ring?
exactly. They already did that for 28 other people. Now it's time for something to be on a pole. And so it's got to be something important for the future. And so it's going to be the WWE contract for WrestleMania on a pole.
Okay.
So the winner has to climb the pole.
I was really
Yeah.
hoping you'd say, hey, do you think Buff Bagwell's mom's available?
Unfortunately, the sad thing is I'm pretty sure she is not.
Maybe
know.
Shelton's mom is available since we're making a WWE's version.
I just have to find out because now my brain won't let go. Yep. November 8th, 2021. She passed away.
Rest in peace, Judy.
Oh,
You were great on that pole.
That sounded awful.
oh my God.
I know it sounded bad, but it was Judy Bagwell on a pole. I didn't make up the name. The other Russo made up the name.
Yeah, Vance's cousin.
Yes. Additionally, we will have in this Royal Rumble on a pole match.
Okay.
We will have a few more surprises.
Speaking of surprises, is Rick Boogs supposed to be a modern day Ultimate Warrior now? Is that what we were looking for? last night?
No, he's still doing well. He's actually more back to his NXT gimmick, where he's an air guitarist
Okay.
instead of an actual guitarist. But in his rehab, he hit the gym and maybe the juice really hard.
Sipping on jam and juice.
He is
Laid back.
fucking
Jacked.
jacked, yeah.
He was always kind of jacked, though. I just think he got back to his regular shape. I'm not going to put juice on that.
He was never that jacked in
He
NXT.
got jackeder.
Yeah.
He got more jacked.
If you go back and find video of his NXT debut,
Well, no, but I mean before he got injured. Is what I'm referring to. He was still kind of that jacked, maybe a little bit more toned now because he did have a lot more time in the gym. But
no, he was never even close to that jacked, even in his main roster run. Not even close.
oh yeah, he does look a little bit more.
He is
Yeah,
swole up.
yeah, he definitely looks more swole up. That's fair. Jesus. Yeah, his shoulders are on a whole other level.
To give you, because I know you didn't watch NXT a ton when you first hit the. This was him in his NXT debut run. Now, I'm not saying he was ever out of shape. He was always in shape. But that is not what we saw last night.
No.
That's half of what we saw last night.
Right.
What we saw last night ate that one. With a large dose of creatine as well. And maybe some steroids. But no, anyways, we're going to have some additional surprises. I have to decide on which ones. Yeah, see, nowhere near that jacked.
Yeah.
Nowhere near at all.
No, that's it. When I saw that, I'm like, no, definitely a lot more bulkier.
The reason he doesn't play the guitar now is because the strap doesn't fit around his shoulders anymore. He has to hold it up here like this.
I have to check to see. Oh, crap, can't do that one. Okay.
Talk about Buff Bagwell, and then we got to talk about Rick Boogs in the same sentence.
Oh,
That sucks. Okay. Can't do that guest star, so that's a no.
I do feel like Vance Russo would definitely have Hardy in the Royal Rumble.
Well, Vance Russo wouldn't realize that Hardy, the singer, is not the same as one of the Hardy brothers.
This is true.
So,
Which Hardy is it? Well, while you're looking up your special guest, I've got Panini Prism Hanger Pack. This is Caden Carter.
Nice.
This is one I like. Ilya Dragunov.
very nice.
Not very good view there. We got Lita. Mid Lita Salt.
Oh, okay.
Got Zion Quinn. Oh, here we go. Lash Legend. I like that nice little cat outfit, minx look. We got a who the fuck is this? NXT UK. Rampage Brown.
Oh, okay.
Zach Gibson.
Okay.
Holy cow, Tez had a lot more hair. Montez Ford.
Oh, wow. Okay. Huh.
And another, who the fuck is this? NXT UK. Amelia McKenzie.
Wow. They really gave you a lot of who the fuck is this is.
Yeah. We also have a green prismatic. NXT 2.0. Duke Hudson. We've got a red, white, and blue. No longer with WWE. Mandy Rose. Beating on Caden Carter there.
Nice.
We got a red, white, and blue. Just saw him on Sunday get beat. Brock Lesnar. It looks like he's got mace up in the rack there.
Huh.
We have a who the fuck is this? Red, white, and blue. NXT UK. Sam Stoker. We have a gold prismatic.
Oscar.
Ready for Oscar.
Pretty sure you weren't ready for that card. I can't wait for you to get a card of her new makeup. Jesus, heel Oscar is vicious.
And final chase card. Kofi Kingston. Fearless card.
Nice.
Nice little hanger pack there.
Okay. Well, the first. Okay, there we go. So the first additional surprise in the Royal Rumble is going to be Ted DiBiase Jr. I don't know if he's still in wrestling shape, and frankly, Mr. Russo doesn't know either. So, he's also going to bring in Eugene.
Nick Dinsmore as Eugene.
Yeah, as Eugene.
Isn't
And
his head shaved now? Oh, well, it was shaved for a while as Eugene, too. That's right.
yeah, and both of the members of the Nasty Boys.
He would. Yeah.
Jesus.
And I'm also going to point out Eugene's going to make it to the Final Four.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck. Okay.
Trying to decide if there's another.
Vance is watching this right now, just like,
This is awesome. Trying to decide if there's one more that I need to throw in here. Oh, I know. I know who needs to be. Another member of the Final Four is going to be David Arquette.
Oh, jeez.
And they're going to tease heavily him making it through the Final Four to the Final Two. He might make it to the Final Three. And they're going to make it look really like he's going to succeed. Because Crash TV, bro.
I went and checked. We do have a hydratish on the screen there.
Yep.
Very refreshing.
Boy, is Arquette going to start from spot 1? And make
Sounds like a
that far
Vance
through?
Russo thing.
I don't know. It's either that or he comes in number 27 because, it's the most lucky spot of them all.
Not anymore. 30, you just passed it up this week.
Yep.
Did it pass it or tie it? I wasn't
Pass
sure.
it. 30 now has 5. 27 has 4.
And he doesn't believe you, so he's going to check.
I was already going to check.
I think they mentioned that on Raw. That's why.
I didn't hear it if they did. Of course, I don't always pay attention to it in Raw, so.
No, that's fair.
3 hours is a long time to keep your attention on one thing.
Mhm.
Yep, you were right. It's up to 5 now. It had been tied. So no longer. Now they'll have to come up with a new thing to say about number 30 now being the most lucky. Which the problem is number 30 is, well, of course it's
Obviously
fucking
the advantage, yeah.
the best one to enter. That's why number 27 being the lucky number was always so good, because it wasn't the obvious lucky number.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, there was nothing about number 27 statistically that should have made it more lucky than number 28 or 29 or 30. You know? If they had really wanted to do something, they should have picked another number like 28. Or 19. Picked another number like 19, and over the last 2 years, elevate it up to also have tied 27. Anyways, regardless. Poor number 13. Only one person's ever won from 13.
You do realize there's some that nobody's won from, right?
I know, but 13, the thing is, there's a bunch of them that only one person has won from, but they put 13 at the bottom of the list. Why?
Who won at 13?
1988, so it would have been...
There have been 0 who've
So,
gone from 28
Hacksaw.
to 29.
Wasn't Hacksaw 1988 then? That was the first one, no?
Yes, that was the first one, 1988. Maybe that's why they've kept it empty. They want Hacksaw to still have that as the only one.
Unlucky spot.
Yeah. What you just said a statistic. What was the statistic? You said no one that's won from
28 or 29.
there have been people who've won from both of those numbers.
Really? I did not know that.
Batista won from 28 twice. And 29, Edge won from 29, and Brock Lesnar won from 29.
I apologize.
And
When I'm wrong.
So Brock won from 30 and 29? What the fuck?
No, just 29.
No, Brock was 30 in 2000.
yes, he also won from 30.
Yeah.
He won from 29 once and 30 once.
Okay. I forgot he'd won twice.
I can't. That was a very disappointing Royal Rumble last year.
Yeah, 2003 you won from 29.
I'm blocking it out, bud.
Well, can't block out history. You can't do it. You can try all you want, but you can't do it.
People do it all the time.
Doesn't make it right.
Is that all the ones?
It's called dementia, pal.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yep, 2 people have won from 28, 2 people have won from 29. No one has won from 26 though. The 4 people from 27, but no one's won from 26. They've had a winner from 25, 3 from 24, 2 from 23, 2 from 22.
Oh.
Nobody from 21. Nobody from 20. 2 from 19. 1 from 18. None from 17. 1 from 16. None from 15. We can keep going, but we don't need to.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're down to the ones. Okay, JLB, your turn.
Yeah, so it's going to be a backstage Rumble Bash, is what we're going to call it. And things are changing. We're changing things up a little. All men who are in the Royal Rumble are going to start off in a locker room. And they're just going to battle it out. And the object of this Rumble is for you to get all the way to the wrestling ring, set up a ladder, and climb and get the contract.
It's a 30-man Money in the Bank.
30-man Money in the Bank to an extent, yes. But you have to start backstage because Vance Russo loves his backstage brawls and backstage antics. So we do have to keep that going. And what better way to do that than do it with a 30-man backstage Rumble Bash? So, and I feel. Did you mention who your winner was going to be? By the way, I feel like you didn't mention the winner.
Doesn't matter. This is Vance Russo. He has no plans for the next week, anyways.
So then what happens?
So, you are. With this, I feel like you are just going to get a lot of legends in this Rumble Bash. Like, it's not even going to be consistent with what storylines are going on. And it's actually, it's going to be for the championship. Because Vance Russo can't book properly, and he wanted to make sure his backstage Rumble Bash was the ultimate product.
Zero things to do with Over the Top Rope.
Zero things to do with Over the Top Rope. Zero. Doesn't exist. It's just going to be an all-out rumble bash, but it has to start off in the backstage area. And you're going to get superstars in it like... You're going to get superstars in it like Zach Gowen. You're going to get... You're going to get old school WWE superstars like Giant Gonzalez. Hopefully he's still alive. And you're also going to get like Doink the Clown. You're just going to get a lot of stupid legends show up. Not saying Doink the Clown is stupid, but just the amount of... You're going to get at least like 15 legends. And then the other 15 are going to be like, I guess, somewhat legitimate superstars who are in the present roster. But Vance Russo is going to mess that up. And he is going to have Gilbert run to the ring, set up the ladder. He almost gets taken off by Doink the Clown. But then we have IRS hit Doink the Clown over. And then Gilbert is just able to catch the world, just able to take off the world title and win. Ladies and gentlemen, your new world champion in Vance Russo's backstage Rumble Bash is Gilbert. Why? Because I'm Vance Russo, and you know it.
The only thing that would have made that better is if you had put the ladder on a pole.
Oh, Jesus.
Everything goes on a pole.
Everything goes on a pole. No, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, Jesus.
Okay. It's my turn.
It is, in fact, your
I am
turn.
bringing back the game we played. Was it the last time that I was on this? Before I got sick. Might have been. I'm bringing it back. This is the mystery draft game. Still workshopping a name for it. The rules are going to be simple. It's going to start off. Two of us are going to know the subject of the draft. We are going to start drafting. Yeah. The other person has to try to draft accordingly. And at the end of a 5-round draft, they have to try to guess what the topic is. I am making sure to clarify in advance that it's at the end of the 5-round draft you make your guess. If you figure it out before the end of the 5-round draft...
So sorry I fucked it up.
Keep guessing.
Keep guessing.
Just guess keep right. Drafting. Just draft right. We'll figure it out that you know. Okay, so starting off, JLB is going to be the guesser. We're going to start off with DA Fabe and I knowing the subject of this draft. 5 rounds. DA Fabe, do you want to go draft first or second?
I'll go first.
Okay. You have the subject in your messenger.
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay.
I got to go with Hurricane Helms.
That's a good one.
Wouldn't be Hurricane, but
that's a very good choice. Very good choice. Number 1, Ricochet. That's my number 1 pick.
That's a good choice. The Flip-de-doos.
Okay. JLB, who's your first round draft pick?
I'm going to go with Nikki ASH.
That is a very interesting pick there. Very interesting pick.
I mean,
it doesn't not work.
We're in a world where that might not matter now.
It doesn't not work, but it's a very interesting pick. For your second round,
I think I've got to go with Kofi.
It's a very good pick. Very good pick.
I mean, it's a different universe, but yeah.
Yeah, there's some things that would have to happen, but no, it definitely works. It works a lot along the same lines. Because my second round pick, this might be a sleeper pick, Fuego del Sol.
Ooh, I like it.
He's Latina. He fits at least a certain branch of this.
Yeah.
The Boogeyman.
That
Thought I knew it. Now I'm all fucked up.
I mean, there was the one that was a pig.
Multiverses are real, so I guess I'm not the way I would have drafted at all. Third round, DA Faye.
I am gonna go with Drew Gulak. Kind of nerdy. I think you see what I'm doing there.
Yeah. Okay, this one's a weird one. This one might not be on most people's, but for my third round pick, I am going with freelance wrestler Very Morales.
How do you spell his name? I didn't want to see who you're referring to.
Vary Morales.
Like Miles Morales from the thing.
Like Miles Morales. Yes. Okay. Exactly like Miles Morales.
Almost.
Like I said, this is a dark horse. This might not be everyone's, but he's got the move set. He's got the name.
Let's go with Damian Priest.
You got an interesting taste.
That's a very, very interesting draft pick. Can you explain to me your logic behind Damian Priest for this particular draft?
I mean, I feel like the logic behind he is very, he is foreign, and he does have tattoos, and his parents come from a non-American background, so that's where I may be going with things here. I'm not sure anymore, though. I first thought it was a superhero scenario, but that got washed out with Fuego del fucking Sol, and I was like, okay, and that's why Damien is where he's at. He kind of fits.
We'll move on to the fourth round. DA Fabe.
I think I'm gonna go with Dante Martin.
I see the move set. I see the, I see it.
Well, I mean, we even seen him do the landing, with one knee down, one knee up. We've seen the whole thing.
He can do it. He kind of flies around the ring, almost like he's on wires.
Yeah.
My fourth round pick, this is a little out there. It's Juice Robinson, but very specifically, though, I am picking him in his NXT days when he wrestled under a different name.
I gotta look this up because I don't remember what he went by in NXT. He's married to Tony Storm. I did not know that.
I didn't know they were married. I knew they were dating, but I wasn't sure if they got married.
Juice Robinson is married to Tony Storm?
Yeah. I mean, I knew they were together. I didn't know they were married.
I see what you're talking about there.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason he has to do his NXT name.
That's a very... Yeah, that makes sense.
Who was in his NXT day? Juice Robinson was never in NXT.
Not as Juice Robinson.
Not as Juice Robinson, no. Oh. You're correct. Juice Robinson was not in NXT.
Did you go, Fabe?
Yeah, Fabe went before me.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Martin, based on the moveset and some of the landings he does in the ring.
I'm gonna go with.
Now, before you make your choice, have you looked up Juice Robinson's NXT name?
I was going to, but then I felt like that might be cheating. Mm, Okay, just give me the name. What's his name? Next. Speaking with fans. Okay, because I was going off of it being a moveset.
Well, for mine, it's the moveset.
I mean, the moveset's still important. That's why Juice Robinson does 100%
under the
fit.
ring name CJ Parker. Okay. Juice Robinson.
What was the indie wrestler's name again? He took Sparks?
Vari Morales.
Yeah, Barry Morales. Just like Miles Morales.
And Juice Robinson went by what? CJ Parker?
CJ Parker, yes.
Okay. I am gonna go with. But he didn't have. Again. I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Owen Hart.
That's oddly fitting and morbid.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's
So
Yeah.
I had originally thought. Okay, so first original thought was superhero
You have
gimmick.
a fifth. You have a fifth round.
you still have one more round.
Okay, sorry.
So I'm gonna choose David Flair, and the reason I'm choosing David Flair is because he dated Stacy.
Oh, yep. Dating Stacey does play into this. It's very important. I was going to choose retired wrestler Colonel Robert Parker. But I decided I think he's too old for the role. So instead, I am choosing Ridge Holland. I mean, maybe he can talk to his cousin. I don't know if they're actually related.
Oh, okay. His cousin that's over in AEW.
No, his cousin that you know is already doing this. His cousin Tom.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking about no. The Parker would be Boudreaux. Got it. Jeez. I was still on the last name.
Yeah. I think Ridge Holland talking to his cousin Tom about this would be helpful.
Well, while he's thinking, I mean, who do you think the feud would? The obvious choice for the feud is Macho Man, isn't it?
I mean, that would be if he was available.
Yeah.
I mean,
Obviously, he's deceased now.
Mercy the Buzzard could probably be a rival.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean,
You know, Jonathan Gresham,
yeah, the octopus.
the octopus. Yeah, he could definitely
That's for sure.
be a rival. Do you think you figured it out now, JLB?
Yeah, all the
Who's your final-
wrestlers. All the
Who's your
wrestlers.
final draft pick?
I am gonna go with Sammy Guevara.
It's a good choice.
That's
good
actually a really good
choice.
choice. That fits it very well.
Why did you choose him?
So it's all the wrestlers who could potentially play Spider-Man.
Correct.
Wow, that's impressive.
Fuck.
is-
No, it's not. Yeah, I guess it's kind of impressive, but I mean, you guys give me a whole bunch of hints at the end. But I was like superhero, so I was doing that. So I was like Nikki ASH, and then it was still going on with masks, and so I was like, okay, maybe just a mask thing. So I was kind of there, but yeah, it only took me to the last one to realize I'm like, okay, Spider-Man. And no, so like Miles Morales, I didn't even get it there yet technically, but then I was
Yeah,
thinking,
he's
I'm like,
straight up giving you the names of guys.
yeah,
characters.
yeah, and I was like, son of a bitch, well done.
That's why I went with because he dated Stacy.
Right.
Gwen Stacy.
Gwen
I was
Stacy.
trying.
Yeah.
His Rich
Oh.
Holland was really good, but I didn't catch it either. It's cousin Tom.
Cousin Tom, yeah. And then I'm like, Tom Holland. I'm like, wait, hold on. And then I thought you guys were doing like a last name like association thing. And then I'm like, Holland, no. I'm like, Morales. I'm like, okay, Spider-Man. Nice. And yeah, Owen playing Spider-Man would be fucked up. Rest in peace, Owen.
Okay. JLB, I just sent you the topic for the next draft.
Oh shit! If they're that hard, I don't know if I want this one. I'm hoping you're in a similar subject, so I could just be like, "Oh, that's Iron Man," or it's Thor." But I have a feeling it's going to be completely different, like lead singer of Led Zeppelin. You know, like
So am I starting this?
If you want to, or if you'd rather, I can do the first one.
Okay, do the first one.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I'm adding a modification to it to help. I think make it a little bit more fair.
That's fair.
So. So for my number one pick, I'm picking Chad Gable.
I like that. I mean, if you're talking Chad Gable, I think you got to talk also. I think you also got to talk about Taz while you're talking about Chad.
Oh, that's a really good pick.
Right? Yeah.
That is a very good pick.
okay. I think when you have those two, you have to include Fuego del Sol in that, don't you?
You know, that is a pretty good pick. Give me 1 second, just to 100% verify, but I'm pretty sure that's a very, very good.
Yeah, no, I think that might work.
Yes,
Yep.
that's definitely a good pick.
Yep.
It is a definitely good pick. So, for the second round, I am picking probably the biggest name. I'm surprised it made it to the second round. Rey Mysterio. Right.
That's fair. I would love to pick Adam Cole, Bay, but he just doesn't fit with this draft we have here. So Unfortunately, Adam Cole Bay will not be part of this draft because
Yeah, he
he can't do it.
unfortunately isn't isn't quite ready for this.
No, no, he isn't. You know who is ready? Um, if this was a fantasy, of course, because unfortunately he has passed away. But I think if we're gonna have Ray, you got to have yourself a little Eddie Guerrero, baby.
That that's a good pick.
Well, I mean, under those guys is
This is actually a very phenomenal faction draft.
Finn Balor should be part of this group.
No, you are right. That is a good solid pick for the second round there.
Yeah, I mean, borderline. I don't know if
It's a solid pick. I don't know if I would have done second round pick. He might have been a third or fourth,
Yeah.
but he definitely fits in. So, if you want to reach for him, that's an acceptable reach. For the third round, I got two people on my list, and I just got to make sure. You know what? I'm gonna go with my first gut choice. We've got Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy for my
Oh.
third round pick.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Jungle Boy fits in any category because he's just phenomenal. So I'm glad you drafted him. I'm going to switch it up a bit, though. I feel like Rich Swann might fit well in this draft.
You are not wrong. You are not wrong. That's an excellent choice there.
I mean, I don't know how we could miss Hornswoggle.
You know that is an excellent choice. He probably belongs a little higher on this list. Third round still is a good place for him. So I'm gonna go a little bit outside of things, and I am gonna choose Danhausen for the fourth round. That might just be me showing my bias. Me showing my bias.
Yep.
But Danhausen for the fourth round.
I'm going to go with the guy who probably does better makeup, and I'm going to go with Darby Allin.
Also a good choice. Also a very
Better
good
makeup.
choice.
Hold on. Wait 1 minute there.
No, yeah, it's fair. It's fair because all Danhausen does is a little red under the eyes. So
Okay.
Yep.
the rest of that's his natural skin color.
Yes. Yep. Every week in and week out, I hear how Akira Tozawa deserves better. And so
fucking
I think he
does.
deserves to be part of this group.
Thank you. I was waiting for my last choice to put Tozawa in it because he deserves to be in every. He could have even been in the Spider-Man one. God damn it.
Could have. Okay, for the fifth round, I'm going to live on a technicality here. But I am picking the Young Bucks, both of them.
I didn't expect you to do that. I didn't think they were capable to be on this list. But look at that. They are.
I just figure it's not fair to choose either one of them over the other one. So
Um. Yeah, well, no, that's fair. And I guess mine uh will not be a tag team. Oh yeah, mine will be a tag team. I'm gonna go with Daniel Bryan and Drew Gulak.
I think I'm going to try and push the edge on this. Just to see if I can figure out exactly what we're going for. So I'm going to say Shane Helms at 6 foot tall.
you know, it really doesn't quite fit the topic of this draft.
He doesn't fit the mold.
No, that's not a good
I'm
pick
going
for
to
this
say it's
draft.
wrestlers under 5'10".
No, but you're close enough. I'll give it to you. It's wrestlers under 6 foot.
feet.
I wasn't sure if it was 5'10" or 6 foot, and I'm trying to figure it out. And we didn't have any over 5'10", and I was like, well, but it might be 6 foot. And
What? There's kind of a reason I think for it.
Big E is in that category.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was like, "What the fuck?"
There's kind of a reason for it. There's actually a running joke amongst women is that you'll never meet a 5'10" man because any man or a 5'11" man, you'll never meet a 5'11" man.
Which is funny because I said 5'10" or 6 foot.
Yeah, because 5'11", if you're 5'11", you just say you're 6 foot. Men just do that because 5'11". Oh, that sounds like I'm short. I gotta just say I'm 6 foot. I'm just 6 foot. 6 foot, right? So no man ever says they're 5'11", which I think we see in the world of professional wrestling. Most of the time it's true. You see a bunch of 5'10s. So you see 5'8s, 5'7s, 5'9s, 5'10, 6 foot. I did find one 5'11",
Big E.
and that's actually Angelo Parker.
Oh, Big E's also billed at 5'11".
Okay, so Big E. So I thought that's two, but Angelo Parker is billed at 5'11". Matt Menard is billed at 5'10", though. But cool hand Angelo Parker is 5'11". Okay. Good round of that. So, I'm going to open it up. If either of you want to do a challenge with me as a guesser.
It's up to you, JLB.
Yeah, we can do it, bud.
Okay, you pick the subject and send it to me.
Oh shit. Okay.
I picked last week, bud.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, that was our last
2
message.
weeks ago. Yeah, we don't message each other individually.
No, we don't.
We'll talk to you.
No.
Actually, the last message that we had was me saying, nice get-up you guys got. Or you guys got the setup. And you saying, that just says Facebook user. It doesn't say the name.
Right.
So I don't know who that is.
Well,
Oh, my bad.
That's because you broadcast on like 5 different Facebook pages.
Yeah.
So, they don't all authenticate the person in. So when you get messages, you can't tell who it's from. If you broadcasted it alone on one Facebook page, then everyone would go there, and you'd probably be able to see who the message is from.
Right. No, I know, but he wants to do it on 2 of his Facebook things, and I'm like, okay.
Yep. He wants to purposely hold the podcast back. I get it. Afraid of success.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Okay. Yeah, I got your message, bud.
Yeah, think that might be fun.
Yeah. You want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I'm still trying to find a list for it. You have a list?
Yep.
You mind sending it to me?
Boop, boop, boop. Paste. Enter.
Gracias.
Ding.
I'm Rick. Boogs.
Boogs.
Okay, yeah, I guess that kind of works.
Okay. You might have to change pages there every now and then.
Yep. Okay, so I will start it off with Scott Steiner.
Oh, brother, there's a 33 and a third chance that I was going to pick that exact same person as my very first choice. All right. Well, since we've had so much fun talking about Ricks today, I'm going to talk about, instead of Rick Boogs or Rick O'Shea, I'm going to talk about Rick Flair.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, you know, he's my favorite wrestler of all time, so I'm just gonna say Sting.
That's a choice.
I mean, it is a choice. This is valid. But
I don't think it's a good one, but
yeah,
it works for you, bud. It works for you.
I mean, maybe in an alternate verse it would work.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Maybe. Okay, you're picking.
I'm gonna go with the best there is. I mean, really, the best there was, and quite frankly, the best there ever will be. Bret, the Hitman Hart.
Ooh. That's a great pick.
He's the excellence of execution.
I'm gonna pick somebody who beat Bret the Hitman Hart, or at least passed out to the sharpshooter and did beat him a couple times too. But I'm gonna go with Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Stone Cold. Because he's number one in all our hearts, except for mine, because I like The Rock better. But,
That's fair.
and HBK. And
Wow.
And
Oh my god. Damn.
I like lots of guys better than him. But I'm going to pick Stone Cold because he fits this.
That's fair.
You know, I don't know. I don't know. He might be someone who should have been a first round pick, but I think I think Booker T be a great second round pick.
I consider it a little interesting.
I mean, he is a five-time WCW champion. But
He is.
I don't know if he'd be good in this draft you like picking. Um, but it works in your mind. That's what counts. I'm gonna go with the guy who's just too cool for school, Rikishi.
And the stink face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gross. While we're on the subject of big guys doing big things, I'm going to go with Big Cass.
Oh. Dum dum. Is it? Did I already went? I already went. No.
It's my turn.
Okay, just
I'm
making
trying
sure.
to make a choice here. Um, I am gonna go with. You know what? I'm just gonna swing for the fences, and I'm gonna choose Kurt Angle.
Who'd you pick? Did you pick?
Picked Kurt Angle.
I mean, that's interesting. He's been there, but not there.
Oh, it's true. It's damn
true.
true.
It's damn true.
I just want to know who wants to walk with Elias.
Not me.
No. Okay. Well, that's what you're getting.
Is it Elias?
That's the whole thing.
me a minute.
I'll give you 2 minutes. What round are we on? We're on 3, 4.
We're on 4.
When you're talking about people who've been at the pinnacle of things, you know, who's been the best, who's been numero uno, I think you gotta say Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, I hate to give him that credit, but you know he deserves it. But I guess sometimes it's just the luck of the draw, you know?
Yeah, sometimes. Pardon me. Again. Don't be that guy.
I think a draft of this would not be complete without Shawn Michaels on it.
That's an exceptional pick. That is a very, very good pick. I might call that the first pick, the best pick. Should have been first round.
Yeah, should have definitely been number 1 pick. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with a guy who kind of has, you know, a cult of personality. I'm going to go with CM Punk.
I can't blame you for that either.
Nope. Look in my eyes, what do you see? Cult of personality.
You know, my last round I picked Brock Lesnar, and I can't help but think of
Felt like you said Black Lesnar.
Brock Lesnar. Brock.
Brock!
And now I'm frozen. And so I can't hear you. So I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
So maybe you can, and maybe you can't. This is a fun game. Ha 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 ha. Could you hear me? Now you can.
I could hear you the whole time.
I can hear you the whole time.
Whoops. That didn't make it weird.
Nope. Not at all.
So anyway, when you're talking Brock Lesnar, I think you have to include the person he's probably going to face at WrestleMania and talk about Gunther.
Gunther!
Gunther.
I mean, that is a good one. We're in the 5th round, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I have to say that in terms of this draft, I think it is insulting that we got to the 5th round and I have to choose between either drafting Dolph Ziggler or The Miz
A bunch of times.
because frankly, they deserve to be in this draft more than most of the other people we've chosen.
I don't even think we mentioned Triple H,
Twice.
which is very unfortunate.
Twice.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna do Axe before those guys.
It took me a while to figure it out, but it was number 1 entrance in Royal Rumble.
Yeah,
Very good.
very good. Yeah. When did you figure it out? Because you
I
were
think-
struggling at 3. I feel still.
I was still struggling at 4 until your number 4 pick was it Rikishi?
My number 4?
Yeah.
No, that would have been my number 3. I think Rikishi.
It's your number 4.
CM Punk was his number 4.
Okay, so it was before that. It's where I was able to figure it out because the CM Punk was his number 5.
Yeah, CM Punk was number 5.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe Rikishi was 4. I feel like Rikishi
It might have been
was
Rikishi. Anyways,
Either way.
I got Big Cass was the one that really got me starting to scratch my head a lot because I was like, okay, I had threads that connected all the other ones, but I couldn't find a thread that connected Big Cass to it. So then I had to be like,
I
okay,
picked him, bud.
what did Big Cass do that? And then what was it? There was someone picked. Oh, and then I was scrolling through. It was while you'd picked Rikishi, Big Cass. Then the next round was something. I was scrolling through. I was looking at Big Cass's Wikipedia, and I just saw, just as I was scrolling through, it said, and this year he entered number 1 in the Royal Rumble. And I was like, oh, wait a second here. So then I had to get me a list of number 1 entrants in the Royal Rumble.
That's it.
And it might even been the same list you guys were going off from.
Well, we changed it up because JLB was using a different list later on.
I was using a different list, yeah,
When he
because
picked Elias, it was a different list.
yeah,
Elias was his number 4.
yeah, that might have been it.
He was 2019 number 1.
Yeah. And then 5, he went with Gunther, and I was like, okay, perfect, because that's what I.
Yeah, at that point, that's kind of what sealed the deal for me. I was already pretty certain it was number 1 Royal Rumble entrant, but then when he said Gunther, I was like, okay, it's definitely.
I think the goal is to not fuck you over.
Oh no, the goal is to give hints in a way that the person can figure it out, but also without flat out saying it.
Right.
So I get it. The goal is to have fun. So.
Yep.
Normally this is where we would play a game of Guess the Wrestler, but I know D.A. Fabe is still recovering from his sinus infection. I am obviously still recovering from mine. So I think this is a great time for us to just kind of wrap things up for the week. And then hopefully we can be all recovered in time for our WBU on Sunday.
Sounds like a plan.
So on that note, we're going to wrap things up. We're going to close the book on the Fantasy Booking Institute. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you're watching this on YouTube, leave a comment below. That helps the algorithm out a ton. So more people can see the YouTube replays of this. But we highly recommend you head on over to twitch.tv/Raw and Order WBU and follow us there. Because that's where you get to see us do this live. You get to participate. You get to make suggestions and chat with us while we do this. And that's part of why we do this. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to it wherever you consume this media. That's the best way to help us. The second best way to help us is to subscribe to it on Twitch, which just costs a few bucks a month and helps us out a ton. And if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get to throw out a free subscription to a channel every month for free. You don't even have to pay for it. And that helps us out a ton, doesn't cost you anything. You can also support us by hitting up one of our merch stores. We currently have two because we have the old one. We're switching to the new one, but the old one still has some designs that we really like on it, so we're keeping that active for now. So head into the doobly-doos and check out the merch stores. Our new design on the Stream Elements merch store is live right now as we speak.
Your favorite movie is fake.
And we have it in both a hoodie version and a t-shirt version. So a great way.
JLB yelled at me last week because I brought it up.
I didn't yell at you. I just wasn't sure if he had already posted it up.
I
Don't
sure have.
fucking say that yet. It was kind of mean.
Oh, please.
But here,
Never happens.
I'll show you. I'll give you a look at it. You can little looky do on the store. Right there. Right here. Here's little looky do. And what you see there, if you are a subscriber, you actually get a discount. That's with the discount, the maximum discount you can get there. Save you a little bit of money on a shirt that says your favorite movie is fake. When you are tired of hearing people tell you, wrestling's fake, right? Now you have a hoodie or a shirt that you can point to. Be like,
Why don't they have it in black?
because the design doesn't look great on black. That's the biggest reason.
Oh.
It looks better on a lighter color. Because the ring is all black, so on a black shirt, the ring just fades away.
Fair.
It's hard to see what it is. So on the lighter colors, they're currently sold out of some of the lighter colors, but you can get it in a gray. It actually might look best on the gray, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Or white, if you want something that you can tie-dye and stain up yourself. I mean, something white.
In other words, they don't have it in black because Mark said they can't. We're not going to
Yes.
do it in black.
I chose not to do it in black. But you see there, they have sizes up to 3XL as well, so all sorts of options there for it. Or if you don't want a hoodie, if you'd prefer to get it just as a t-shirt, we have t-shirt options as well. White or grays. That one goes all the way up to 5XL.
Oh, wow.
So
Now that's a stretch.
no, it's not a stretch. That's the whole point. It doesn't stretch at that point because it fits you. It's big. You don't.
For anybody.
That's the reason you buy the 5XL is when the 4XL stretches
No,
by the 5XL.
that's fair.
I didn't think I'd have to explain sizing to you.
He's a little smaller than we are. You got to give him some credit.
Yeah.
It's also in Canada where they have different sizes,
Yes.
Well, I
Anyway,
mean, we have 5XL here too. Not a lot of people wear them, but they're there.
You got something against people who wear 5XLs, bud?
No, I'm just saying in Canada it's not really a thing.
Fuck
listen, man, you better
Shorty.
say you're sorry.
Okay, guys, I'm sorry.
Apologize right now.
I just did, eh? I
Okay.
just did.
Anyways, so you can hit up our merch store and you can get stuff like that. There's other merch as well if you're not wanting to be all confrontational and everything like that. Although, why the heck
What us
not,
wrestling
man?
people do.
Be confrontational, man.
Defend what you love, damn it.
There's some
Your
great
favorite
ones
movie is fake.
with a WBU logo that looks like the old WWE Scratch logo. There's our generic ass t-shirts. And the Pissant Podcast snapback you can get there.
What happens if somebody's favorite movie is Jackass?
It's still fake, man.
It's pre-planned, okay? They might be hurt, but it's still
Predetermined.
pre-planned, predetermined.
The outcome is predetermined.
You'll still get injured either way.
But on
I'm
that
just
note,
asking.
make sure to follow us on all of the social medias. You can follow me at Raw and Order WBU on Twitch, on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, any place it's at Raw and Order WBU, except for Facebook because they made me choose something else there. So it's at Pissant Podcast there. You can follow DA Fabe at.
DA Vincent K. Fabe. Right there.
Oh,
Right
and
there.
your
Hey, there's merch right there, too. There's merch.
Yep, merch right behind him. That's the autograph one. You can get that on our spread shirt. I still have mine behind us too. Which I will point out, both of those shirts have Chelsea Green's autograph on them. Right? She is now a WWE superstar again, and she's on those shirts.
Yeah.
She wouldn't be on yours because they come not filled out. When you buy them, they're empty, and you have to fill them out yourself.
But JLB's might soon have Chelsea Green on it if you can stalk her down.
Yeah, that's it. We'll see. I'm gonna be doing my local stalking on SmackDown and Elimination Chamber. So hopefully I get that shirt in time, and maybe I'll have Chelsea Green as a WWE talent.
Also, you can follow JLB at
twitch.tv/JLBTLC25, where I stream shit. WWE 2K23 trailer is coming out tomorrow. A lot of info on that is happening. We'll probably be getting the new wrestling game by like WrestleMania. So yeah, I'll probably be playing that once that comes out. In the meantime, I will be starting GoldenEye pretty soon.
Hey, Necro popped in to remind us West Coast Pro 3 Cheers for Sweet Revenge is on Saturday.
Boom.
Thanks for the heads up, Necro. Jeez.
Someone's
Retro
tired.
Necro Eric. Yeah, there we go. There's my brain working properly. But on that note, that means it's a good time for us to sign off for the night. So thanks to everybody who joined us. We will see you soon.
Bye.
Ciao.